Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new with me, my name is Lonnie and I am from El Paso, Texas, Zone 8B. In today's video, we are going to talk about my outdoor box turtle habitat. As you can see here, my turtle habitat is spectacular. So I want to, one, introduce you to my little boxies. And then two, I am going to show you some of the edible plants that I have in their outdoor enclosure. I've had turtles for 5-6 years now, and this is going to be their second or third year outside. They made it out. Today was the first day in April of 2026 where they actually came out, all three of them. Usually it's the biggest turtle comes out first. His or her name is Rocky. And then the other two, who are females, they came out recently. So I'm going to introduce you to them. I'm going to show you exactly how I got this outdoor enclosure, what edible plants are in their enclosure, and what I recommend to plant going forward, so that ideally what I'm trying to plan is for them to be able to eat off of whatever plants and bugs that come in the enclosure. So they're not continuously waiting for me to provide supplemental food for them. As you can see right there, I do provide them some supplemental box turtle diet food, along with some, chicken, some duck. My turtles are a little bougie, so they do get that. But I do have bugs crawling in here, and it's like a free buffet. I don't know why they're gonna not eat that, right? So I'm gonna try to encourage them by eating everything that's in the habitat that's currently available. And throughout the years, I will show you how I'm gonna include more edible plants in the enclosure, so then that way they don't have to really rely on me and they can rely on themselves. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what I have going on. So let me introduce you to my little cutie patooties first. This one, let's see. Oh, hi Yogi. This one is Yogi. She is just so beautiful. As you could see, she has a beautiful shell. I could tell this is Yogi because she has a lighter face compared to the other boxy I have. The other boxy is Yoda, and I could tell them apart because Yogi has a lighter face and she's a lot bigger than Yoda. So that's how I could tell that she's there. Oh snap, she's wondering why the dogs are looking at her like that. Here we have Rocky. She is the biggest turtle I have. She was gifted to me from a dear friend of mine who moved to the Northwest, and she just didn't feel that it would be right to bring a desert turtle to Washington. And so she asked if I could take care of her, and I'm so glad I did, because she brings me so much joy. And I wish she would not dig herself into that little hole so you guys could see her face, but I'll put up another picture so you could see her. She is so darn cute, but she is the biggest turtle I have. And normally after brumation, she is the first one to always welcome spring, because she's the first one to come out of brumation, and then she starts digging all these little burrows. Let me show you her other favorite spot right here. And so normally when she comes out, I know she came out, because then I fill these spots up during the winter time, and I can see that they're dug out, and that's how I know that she has woken up. Sorry about the barking, guys. I have two magnificent dogs, and they just like barking at nothing. So you will see them follow me around and do what they do best: judge me and bark. I do have one more turtle. Like I said, Yoda looks just like Yogi, but I just can't find her right now. Hopefully she'll pop her little head out when I'm filming, but as of right now, I don't see her. So I am going to just scan so you can see exactly what I have in this outdoor habitat. Again, I'm in El Paso, Texas, Zone 8B. So I have a lot of plants that are drought and heat tolerant. In this habitat, I try to provide edible plants and non-toxic plants in the habitat, just so that I know that if I'm not able to feed them on a day-to-day basis, which as they get older, you don't have to feed them as much, they still have things that they could nibble on. Right here, I have a moringa growing. It is a very heat-loving, drought-tolerant plant. It doesn't want any water from you. It could grow anywhere from 6 to 10 feet here in Zone 8. I planted this as a seed. It does usually die down in this spot, particularly just because it's not really full sun area. It gets shaded a lot by my California pepper tree right here. So it's very small. But if I have moringa in any other part of my yard, oh my goodness, it is huge. It grows super fast. So I recommend that. And every part of a moringa is edible. It does look a little rough right now because, again, it's still cool, early spring. It thrives in full sun. And so it's going to look like this until we get more heat coming our way. All these logs that you see in this habitat, I received from a friend. And listen, guys, you don't have to buy all this outdoor decor. I got this for free from my friend. She was trying to get rid of it. And I was like, I'll take it off your hand. The box turtles love to dig and burrow, especially under things. So I just placed all these logs from her house just randomly in this area. This particular one, this one's so pretty. I got from the El Paso arborist. They provided me free mulch, which is a service that they give to everybody in El Paso. So definitely hit them up for that. And every time I find pieces like that in the delivery, I just place them all throughout my yard for decor. See? And then what I do is, you see how the bark is kind of peeling off? Every time those fall off, I just collect them and I make another hideaway for the turtles. So that way when they want to, they could go ahead and have a space where they could make another little hideaway. Oh my goodness. Hercules just barks, barks, barks. Hercules, knock it off. What are you barking at? Oh, now you don't want to bark? Huh? You're ridiculous, Hercs. He's my little old man. He's just a grumpy old man. So, back to here. So, I have geraniums planted here. Normally, they would do better if they were in full sun. I didn't really have a space on the other side, so I planted it here. What I try to do is not water as much in this corner, so that way my moringa, my California pepper tree, and the geraniums thrive without my assistance. And so watering this area will actually cause them to die. And I am known as a plant killer that loves and completely, I don't know why, enjoys killing them with water. So I try really, really hard not to water this area. This spot right here, I have red apple actinias. As you can see, there's not that many flowers here because it's the same situation. Succulents, ice plants, they love heat. They are drought tolerant. But I have it in this spot. I'm hoping that it grows over so it has like a nice little trailing look to it. I have wildflower seeds planted here. So as you can see, they are growing in. So that's doing well. I have several watering spots for the turtles. River Rocks from Lowe's. Just another hideaway I got from PetSmart. One of my aloe vera from my mini aloe veras that I have in the area. So anytime I have a new pup, I just dig it up and put it in the ground, and it just goes and goes and grows. It looks a little dark now because we've had a cooler spring. We've had heat waves hit us on and off, but in this area, like I said, is pretty shaded because of my Chilean, uh, not my Chilean mesquite, sorry. It is my California pepper tree. And then I have this shoestring acacia. So between those two, when especially in the summertime, they are growing super fast, they can completely shade out this area. And so earlier this year, my husband and we cut down many branches from these trees. So then that way it could bring in more sunlight, hoping that it'll help out the plants that are in here, which I think it will do just fine. Um, my Aptenia right there, it looks rough because something has been eating it. I'm pretty sure it was the squirrels. I have a big squirrel issue here, and there's nothing I could do about it. So whatever's in here has to be shared by my turtles as well as the wildlife. And I'm okay with that. Long as the squirrels don't hurt my turtles, I am a-okay. The aloe vera will start greening up later on in the year once it starts getting warmer. The grass that I have here, this is the Mexican feather grass. Guys, if you need some kind of grass to grow in your Zone 8 garden, this is definitely the grass to grow. It is crazy. I bought one, and every single feather grass I have in my yard is based off of one plant. It does spread seeds a lot, but it is very easy to pull out of the ground. So normally anytime I see a bare spot and I need something to grow in there, I just pull it from one location and just stick it in the other, and it grows just fine. When it turns yellow like that, normally it's dead. You could literally just pull on it and it just falls out. And any parts that are green or still alive, they'll just stay in the ground. So you don't really have to worry about replanting that. Unless everything is completely dead, you don't like the yellow, then go for it. You could just pull that out and put in another one. And see, there's another baby right there. This is the red apple Aptenia. So you see the difference between the one that I showed you over there and the one that I showed you over here. This one has full sun. So look, you could even tell how much plumper, is that even a word? I don't know, but it's more plump than the other Aptenias in the others on the other side of the habitat. Right here, I found several random pieces. You know, when you're walking around the neighborhood and people have things on the side of the road that they're trying to get rid of. And what I do is I just go grab random pieces and I use it so that I could make little homes or whatever I need to use it for, right? So for in this case, I made a little hideaway using random bricks that I have around my house, and I put it together so I could make a shelter. And I use remaining logs or branches from trees that I've cut down, and I use that to hold the hideaway together. It's been working great. Rain doesn't get in there. It's a little wet right here because we have had rain on and off, as well as me soaking down everything. If they do their little number twos in their hideaways, there's the only way for me to clean it out and make sure that they don't get sick from sleeping in their filth is by rinsing it out. So that's why it looks like that, y'all. I have right here my sour fig. That is also an ice plant, drought tolerant, don't have to do much. You literally can stick it underneath rocks. As long as there's some form of dirt, you don't even have to have soil, just dirt. No nutrients, it will thrive. I just planted that like last week and it's already doing well. I'm going to show you here what it looks like when it starts blooming. I only have one bloom so far, but look how pretty that is. And this is a sour fig, also edible. Right here, I have my white Lady Banks rose. It would look prettier than this, but right now it's going through its struggling transplant shock phase. I had it in a pot way too long, way longer than I should have. But what's good about this is this Lady Banks rose is edible, so anything that falls off, my turtles can eat that. My goal is for it to eventually just run its vines all across this fencing, and it does bloom like once or twice a year, I believe. And so when it finally starts going across this fencing, it'll be a very nice privacy, like magical little area for my turtles. I think the more greenery is in here, it's better for my turtles. Mental health. You know what I'm saying? In this area, I was going to plant edible vegetables or herbs in this area for my turtles. But the problem I have is birds, squirrels, and my turtles will dig in this particular area. I don't know if it's just because the soil and the logs that are there, they just enjoy that spot. But I'm having a difficult time right now keeping things alive. But the herbs that I planted in this area are nasturtiums, basil, mint, and the reason why I planted those specific things were mint and basil has a strong aroma, and when you have plants that are that have a strong aroma to them, it kind of deters squirrels from eating it. So my goal is to let it kind of like run amok in here so that one, my turtle can eat off of it, but two, it kind of deters the squirrels from eating that. The problem with mint, just keep that in mind, is that it has a lot of runners. And so once it's in a specific area, it could literally take over an entire area. Again, this is my side yard. This is my turtle enclosure. So I'm okay with it doing that here because I know it's not going to really hurt my turtles. It's not going to hurt my dogs. And this area is completely cut off, as you can see, completely cut off from the rest of my backyard. So there won't be any way for it to grow into other parts of my yard. So that's why I'm okay with it being in this area. I know that a lot of this video was kind of me just walking through and just giving you like little tidbits about my turtle habitat. So if you want a more detailed video or just have a question about what things I planted in my habitat, please just drop a comment down below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And if you have any questions on where I receive my box turtles or anything, or the care of my box turtles, please give me a holler and I'll talk to you then. So until I see you guys again, have a wonderful day. Bye.